Hi everyone, Elite Assassin here, and today I want to talk to you guys kind of about Street Fighter V for a little bit, and then talk about a game finally coming to Xbox One that I think everyone should at least give a shot. Now, Street Fighter V. I've been looking forward to this game for a long time. I don't know if anyone here knows, I did put a commentary about Street Fighter up a few years ago on here with some Street Fighter gameplay. But I did enjoy Street Fighter later toward the end of 4's life cycle. Around the time that Ultra Street Fighter 4 came out was when I started really playing it. And I'll admit, I'm not great. You know, this gameplay you're seeing in the background, the only reason I'm using it is because it's the only match I won in the few matches I played in the beta, and the other one was when I came close to winning. So I'm not the best player. I do enjoy it, and I understand it a hell of a lot more than I did when I tried getting into it earlier in its life cycle. But by nowhere near good. But the reason I want to talk about this game is because it's another AAA title that's going to be suffering from a lot of things that they've been suffering from. That's lack of day one content syndrome. And it's coming in the future for free syndrome. Yes, Street Fighter V is going to have that. In particular, there's going to be a bunch of modes that people might expect day one that are not going to be there. Things such as online spectator, multi-person online lobbies, the in-game store to buy like alternate costumes, I believe, and I think 2 or 3 other modes will not be there on launch. On launch, you'll still be able to have your little mini arcadey story mode type thing. That's like 2 to 5 fights, single player. Then you have a normal versus, a training, and the normal online 1v1 option. But I don't think you're getting much more than that. And the full-fledged cinematic story mode, thankfully they already announced was coming in June. So it's not too much of a blindside. It is coming. Again, all these modes are coming at no extra cost. But it is, again, just kind of sad to see this happening again. And they announced so much of this the week before launch. If you haven't been following, there are 16 playable characters, which is a pretty sizable chunk, on disc at launch, each with their own unique fighting style, and there are going to be 6 DLC characters coming this year. And all 6 of those DLC characters will be obtainable via in-game grindable currency, so you don't have to pay for them. And actually, you will have enough in-game currency if you play through every person's story mode to afford the first character that comes out in March. So that, at least to me, is one of Capcom's better things they've done recently, because they've had some really shady DLC deals, especially with Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So it's not all bad, and honestly, some of the reasons I've seen online for them releasing the game in this state was to put it in people's hands before the Capcom Pro circuit starts, so people can play it and learn the characters. If that is the case, I understand the move from that standpoint, but that really damns the casual player, and this game was meant to be a bit easier than the other Street Fighters to get into, to kind of lower the gap a little bit without breaking it, because I saw some metrics of what it took to learn some combos and cancels and shit in 4, and it was at an insane, absolutely insane level. It's still going to be difficult to master characters in this game, and combos, don't get me wrong, but they made it just a tad bit easier for the normal person to be able to do something in this game. All in all, I'm still looking forward to it, to be honest. My character that I like, that I learned to play a little bit in 4, won't be here for a while. She's one of the DLC characters. But for me, it's better because I never learned the fundamentals like a lot of people said you should. I learned a difficult, odd character, and didn't really learn many fundamental things you should, so I'll also use this time till she comes out to kind of learn how to play the game. I just want to let you guys know about Street Fighter V and what you're getting, so if you go to get this game, that's what you can expect. The other game I wanted to talk about that's finally coming to Xbox One that I'm really excited about is Rocket League. I know a lot of people I've seen on Twitter say, you know, what's the big deal about Rocket League? I just don't get it. And I can understand that. I didn't at first either. It wasn't until my fiance bought it on Steam and I watched her play that I went, you know, that looks kind of fun. You know, I'm someone who when I was in junior high and high school, played intramural soccer, and I absolutely loved it. And basically Rocket League is soccer with little cars that can do cool tricks. And I watched her play it a little bit. I bought it for PS4 because my laptop at the time, I didn't think constantly run Rocket League. It's it barely does commentaries and just videos well. So I got it on PS4, used my free trial of PSN that you get to play it, and I had a blast. I absolutely loved it, but at the same time I couldn't justify paying for PSN just to play it online. So I'm glad that we're finally getting it for Xbox One. It's coming with 3 DLC packs, an exclusive Warthog vehicle, and an exclusive, I believe, the Armadillo from Gears of War. So that's really cool. And if there's a way to, I don't know if it's going to have a free demo thing, but it's only going to be like $20-25. If you're interested and you have the spare cash, I would highly recommend it. It's a very addictive, very fun game. It's competitive. It can be silly and casual if you want. There's ranking system in there, I believe, for if you want to go competitive with it. There's a lot to learn. It actually has a lot of depth for a very silly looking game, but it does have the depth there. And it is a whole lot of fun. So I'd highly recommend picking it up if you're even the least bit interested. I know I'll be playing it, and maybe I'll have a video or two on here of it, or put it in clips of the month if I do cool goals or whatever. Alright guys, that's all I really wanted to just kind of rant about today. So, hope you guys are having a good weekend, and thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you later.